Hello. Why you should let your true self show. What do I mean by letting your true self show, right? So, a lot of times when guys are on self improvement, right? Especially when they're with women or other guys, they put on a mask. Why? And this usually happens with women, right? Because when it's with guys, right? There's usually no reason to put on masks. At least that's been my experience. Like when I'm with my guys, when I'm with my boys, right? I'm completely honest with whatever I am. I'll tell stuff to their face. I'll speak my mind out. But when I'm with a girl, right? When I'm out on a date, like I was out on a date today, I've realized that I've become really polite, bro. Like even if the girl doesn't deserve my polite side, even if she doesn't deserve the politeness, I'm really polite to her. And I'm not able to, get my message to her properly about what I want from a relationship, right? And that's the worst thing ever. That's the most worst thing a man can do, right? So the thing is that when you mean to do something, right? But you don't do what you mean to do, right? Instead of doing what you mean to do, you do something very niche. So, for example, if I'm on a date with a girl, right? And I want to go in for the kiss, right? And instead of going in for the kiss, I ask her if I can kiss her hand, right? It's the most worst thing you can do. Why? One, because asking, like, if you ask her, like, you want to kiss, you're taking all the sexiness out of it, she's probably going to say no. And when I say this, take whatever I say with like a pinch of salt, because I don't mean that you should like force her to kiss you, something like that. There's a certain way to do it, right? You need to charm your way through it. You need to analyze the girl. You need to drop a few hints. You need to see if the girl is like receptive to touch. You need to see if the girl is receptive to you. If she's, flirting back and stuff like that. So kind of things. Yeah. If you want to get physical with a girl, you should just go in for the kiss, right? There's ways to go in for the kiss. Instead of that, if you ask her, can I kiss your hand, please? You're gonna get a fucking no. You're gonna be a weirdo. Instead, if you go for the kiss, right? Two things can happen. One, she either moves away, pulls her head away, right? And it's over. Like, you probably never see it again. Maybe she goes and tells her friends that he went in for the kiss, and they're like, okay. At least they know that you went in for the kiss. At least they know you have support, right? Or what could happen is that you do get the kiss, and you win. Right? And this is when you're in your masculine, right? So this is why you should stop, putting a mask on. You should be in your true sense, right? You should, like, if you feel like talking shit to someone, talk shit to them, bro. Don't be polite to people who don't deserve your politeness. If you don't want to be polite to someone, don't be polite to them unless it's like something serious. Like if you're talking to a person who's way higher in authority, like if you're at the principal's office, and if you're about to get expelled or something, then of course, have some sense, have common sense, speak to her properly, speak to them properly. But if it's your friend, or if it's this girl, you don't feel like talking to her, like, if you don't feel like, being really nice to her, I truly don't see the reason. Because you're going to put on a mask, you're going to give her the wrong message, right? That you're a nice guy and you're going to be left single and kissless for the rest of your life. Instead of that, be a jerk if that's what your heart tells you. It'll tell her that you're a courageous man, right? And now I'm going to be looking like a damn misogynist and stuff like that. But I don't really care what I look like. That I'm spreading my word, I'm spreading the red pill. This is the best thing a man could do, a young man could do, right? I don't regret a thing. But yeah, how do you actually do this? So, people say that just do it. Just be your element and do it. But it's not that easy, right? We all know that when we're there, it's easy to put on a mask on and act like an NPC than it is to actually be yourself. How do you be yourself? Try to guess. Okay? Try to guess how do you be yourself. The truth is that you need to place that person off that pedestal, and it is hard, right? When there's a pretty girl in front of you, it's hard to place those people off the pedestal, right? But it is possible, right? It is very much possible. It's like a flick of, you need to flick the switch, right? And once you place them off the pedestal, you still find yourself, sort of placing them on the pedestal sometimes, trying to be nice to them, thinking you'll get what you want, thinking you could have your way in the future, thinking they'll respect you more, But you just need to look yourself in the mirror and be like, bro, I don't care what this person thinks about me. I'm gonna bring my true self here, right? Maybe this person hates me after this interaction. You need to be okay with that, right? I know it sounds very bad, but if I'm talking to someone and I'm putting on a mask, I'm doing them more disrespect by doing that instead of just speaking to them where I feel, right? Because if you're lying to someone, it's worse than being honest, right? Just be honest. If you wanna say fuck you to their face, do it. If you wanna cuss at their face, do it. If you feel like doing something like that. But don't lie. Be like, oh, hey, how was your day? No. Hey, what's up, bro? Like, why are you so weak? Like, what you get the gist of it. Speak about what you like. Be honest. Don't be a people pleaser. See you later. Keep smiling. Stay strong. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like a mwah.